What? That is a rather sobering tale. But whatever, you know, they're not gonna come back to life. Man, you're just so carefree, aren't you, Zelos? Now for the arduous task of running across the bridge. No, no, no.
そんなわけでみんなのあだ名を決めたいと思う。
なんだよいきなり。
俺様はゼロスくん、プレスヤちゃんはおちびちゃん、コレットちゃんが天使ちゃん、ロイドはお前、ジニアスがガキ。
僕とロイドだけ適当だね。
まあまあ、でリフィル様がゴージャスウルトラクールビューティー。
いやよそんなの。
じゃあ
Didn't
ジョ
the
ー様。
bridge originally be here? You go
もう少
one
しま
world.
ともなものはないの？
先生は先生だろ。
I don't know whatever
Huh?
happened to the Grand
So
Tetheala
far?
Bridge after the planets
先生って
merged.
のもいい響きだよな。
I never beat TOS 2, so I don't actually know like if Maltokyo still exists as a city or what any of the geography is. Because it's one of those games where I don't remember there being like an open world map like it is in
オゼット。
オゼットがどうかしたのか。
TOS, for example, or TOV. So much of that game was trash. It was a real disappointment. To me, at least. Didn't care enough for the Pokemon mechanics, and the characters were unlikable, and it completely undid all the shit that we did in this game, pretty much. But did you also know about the Centurions who watch over this world? And it's like, that was a pretty big plot detail that they would have mentioned if it actually existed in this game.
嫌われるぜ。
But it doesn't.
受けてみな。ウィンドブレッ
That's the only thing that kind of sucks.
受けてみな。ライトニング。
Don't have any abilities on these characters.
ピッカーン。エアスラスト。
早く帰りましょう。
I'm going to have to try really hard to remember to put like everybody's best possible titles on them. Like Empty Soul, like this is her best title. Look at that, 200 strength. She's kicking Lloyd's ass. 139 intelligence. She's smarter than Colette is. 151 defense. Insane what having the good titles will do for you. Insane. Because Empty Soul is her best possible title that you can get. What was I gonna do? I can't learn anything. It's like she just sort of does basic attacks. I'm talking about the Genus weapon One World. Oh, yeah. Am I gonna get it? I don't know, man. Like playing red light, green light is annoying. And it like for the tiny bit of intelligence it gives me. I could if everybody wants to see it. If that's what my adoring fans want. Kotetsu, Mithril Ring, Aqua Brand, Battle Axe. I'll get 2 pointed hats, and there's all our money. That on you, put that on you, put that on you. So that's why I said it wasn't worth us buying stuff in Maltokyo when we were about to get an upgrade. Heavy waste of money if you do that. This is the only place that you can buy the ingredients for miso stew, I'm pretty sure. Which is kind of lame. Ah, chosen one. Yeah, we have this study room right here. You should try it again sometime now that so many shitty games have come out. It's probably not as bad as you remember. The red light, green light thing? I mean, yeah, probably. I know you could cheese it on GameCube. You can't really cheese it on this version. You used to be able to like pause during the game and like actually it would stop your character from moving so that you would be able to win easier. What is the cheapest ingredients we can get? So miso, I kind of want a decent chunk of that. Cognac. You need kelp. Okay, we already got 10 kelp. You need kelp, miso. Is that it? Oh, you need egg for miso stew, I guess. Talking about miso stew is just making me so hungry. Let's find out. Cooking. Okay, we do have enough ingredients for miso stew. Red satay. A nutritious and delicious miso-based stew restores a large amount of HP and TP. So, okay. I mean, I have enough cash. I just could max out the ingredients and get it over with. Buy 10 more eggs. Buy 10 more miso. Buy 10 more cognac and 10 more kelp. I think Genius can also put radish in his. Is that what I saw just now? No, radish. Oh yeah, radish and meat. So whatever is the cheapest meat we can find. She'll come back to us on her own. Let's see if they sell, sorry. They do sell some fruits as well. Could get some of the cheapest fruits available. It so much looks like a butt, it's not even funny. Well, they don't sell like beef strips here, so not gonna buy expensive meats. And that'll get us through. We'll only really cook that in case of emergencies. And Sheena's the best possible one to cook it. No TOS 2? Oh. Well. I have no way of playing it unless I, like, because I can only really play it on PlayStation 3 or I could maybe find an emulator for it. I own the physical game, so legally I'm fine. Well, no, I mean, I wasn't satisfied with the story. It's not so much like the game mechanics itself. The game mechanics were fine. It's just that game's story completely ruined this game's story, and I love this game's story a lot. Just like so much of this game's backstory was completely like retconned or made to be not what it was in service of a plot that was just basic as hell. Like, I rip on Tales of Arise for having a shitty convoluted story, but at least it was its own story. It wasn't undoing other games' stories with its dumbness. Well, how can I say no to that? We just overheard you plotting treason, Your Highness. Man, what were you guys doing there? You guys are half-elves? And you have like the half-elven theme. Just wonderful. That's because he's not from this place. It's not like this game stopped existing. Just look at it like comic books. They're all their own little stories. They're just the product of writers. Well, I don't want to read their comic. That's how I see it. I mean, yeah, it's true. It's just that, I don't know. Even if I look at it as a standalone product, the story is weak because so much of the story comes from this story. Like, even standalone. From what I understood, I don't know. I could not get into it. Even while reading the book, if we're going to keep using that metaphor, I just couldn't get through it. Because it was boring. A lot of the time it was just boring. Didn't have the drive. And the fact that, like, yeah, like, just looking at it by itself, Emil and Marta are whatever characters. You only have them as permanent party members. I don't really care that the other parties, like, okay, let's say whatever to the other party members coming in and out of the story. Like, having 2 of your team slots taken up by monsters is like, I don't know. I have no attachment. There's no characters to get attached to. Don't try anything weird, Zealous. Let's take you out. Emil was a coward for most of it, and then he was super Ratatosk mode. And Marta was like crazy thirsty for him the entire time, from what I remember. They can't all be winners. Hell, even Tales of Legendia was better than that game. And I don't even think Tales of Legendia was that bad of a game. It's just the one that everybody likes to hate on. I just didn't really care for it gameplay-wise because it wasn't quite as good as this. And then when you compare it to Tales of the Abyss that came after it, it's like, wow. Who's that long-haired blonde guy? Looks like the final boss in Vesperia. Long-haired blonde guy. Oh, that's Yggdrasil. He's the leader of the... He's the main bad guy in this game. Oh, I almost thought it was a crossover again. Well, Duke has white hair. Yggdrasil's hair is actually blonde, like yellow blonde. But that's impossible because this came out first. Yeah, Duke has long white hair. And Yggdrasil looks like that because he's an angel. He's actually a half-elf, he's not human. Daos is related to him somehow, and Daos is related to him. Daos is also a half-elf. Do you remember the story for too well? I don't. Yeah, I remember. You guys are on the floating ship. And Senel is there to rescue his wife with his girlfriend. He's there with his girlfriend's sister Shirley. That's the first half. And then the second half is fighting the evil death goddess that wants to kill everybody. But the first voice actor part of it is getting Shirley back from the evil dude. And Shirley like loving Senel, but Senel not returning her feelings, and then like at the end he's like sorry that I was focused so much on Stella instead of focusing on what I have here. You don't remember Stella? Whenever he finds the dead girl, that's like one of the standout moments of that game.
Oh!
しかしリフィル様とガキンチョが
See, now the different types of monsters start to show up. They turn from those regular dudes into like zombies and shit.
余裕余裕
Never mind. It does at some point. Yeah. It takes Persea so long to learn new moves. It's like so lame playing her until that point. Ooh, juicy meat and beef strips. So I'm really gonna take you out and bring you back in, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. She gets her voice back at the end of this fight, so... I remember the characters, but I don't remember any motives or reasons. Yeah, pretty much he's looking for his girlfriend. And that game's whole world exists on a giant ancient ship that's like the size of a continent. And like Will Renard Kratos, he's like a scholar who's like researching the giant ship, and there's that other girl who's the other caster. I don't remember anything about her. Chloe, I feel like Chloe is after Senel because he's like a criminal, maybe? I don't know, like I don't remember a lot of the details. I just know the ending and like the different parts of it. Because like at the end of Chloe's little side story arc, like she kind of confesses that she also likes Senel. And it's really sweet and sad that he's just a heartless dude who doesn't want to be with her. It's like Chloe, Senel, Chaba, or whatever that dude's name is. Whoever Zelos is voicing it, I think his name is Chaba, or Chaba is the name of his dog or something. Fast Idol. There's the weird mime kid who I barely remember anything about. There's the big boob lady who is like the other half of the death goddess. And Shirley herself, but like Shirley isn't in the party a lot of the time until the second half of the game. And she was like one of the only ones who could use like water magic, because water magic in that game's universe is considered holy. So like Holy Lance was like Brilliant Lance and it did water damage, which I thought was lame. Moses and Jay is the mime and Groon is the other chick, okay. Yeah, I didn't remember their names because like they were. By the time you got Groon, it was like almost towards the end. But I wouldn't mind replaying it again just because. I just, you know, it went from looking like this game in terms of combat to looking like Tales of Eternia. Did they even have Mystic Arts in that game? The closest one you can cook it is this guy. Towards the end of the halfway point, yeah. And then the rest of it is just unvoiced story arcs for all the characters. I remember Jay using shit like poison damage, and like poison damage was good against water. And he didn't want to poison sacred water. I remember water being a big thing in that because like they're always floating on the ocean, so I think water's a scarcity for them or some shit. But it was cool because we got all kinds of darkness spells in that game, like extension, black hole. Extension! But it's cool because we got to have Cam Clark for a big chunk of the game, except, you know, for a big chunk of the game instead of just like 20% of it, and then the last 20% of it. You learned all your spells yet, buddy? Chloe Valance. And the only reason why I remember Chloe is, one, I was attracted to her, and two, she was like, you know, the sword rain user. She was